Alright, the prompt for today is how many ways can you represent number 7? There's plenty of ways you can represent 7 to someone else. Okay, number 1 could be writing the actual number out like it's written. You could spell it out, S-E-V-E-N. You could put tally marks, 7 tally marks. You could have 7 items. You could put Roman numerals, 7. There's plenty of different ways you can represent 7. And basically this lesson is to make you understand, as long as there's a numbering system, and maybe it's done in a different way, as long as the people around you who you're trying to communicate with understand the way that you've created it, you can communicate numbers with anybody, as long as everybody understands the numbering pattern. So today you're going to go find this circle square patterns worksheet, and basically you'll go through 3 challenges. The first challenge is to record all the possible 3-place value patterns that use only the circle and square shapes. A few are listed in the diagram on the left. So somebody started like this. So the first one they have is this first row. So they went circle, circle, square. The second one they went square, circle, square, and the third one they went square, square, square. Okay? So there's basically 8 different ways you can list out circles and squares in these different patterns. I want you guys to start, and you're gonna list out all the possible ones, but I want you to do it in a certain order. So you guys should probably catch on to this pretty quick, but I'll give you a hint. You'll start out with probably circle, circle, circle for number 1, and then maybe circle, circle, square for number 2, something like that. Anyways, make sure that the way you list it has a certain order, because that's kind of what we're talking about with the number 7. Then you can go back, and I guarantee you just about everybody will have the same number 7. It'll be kind of crazy, but we're working on learning how binary code works, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But here's the next part. The challenge 2 is reflect on how you put patterns above in order from one line to the next. Are there any clear rules to follow? If you didn't use any clear rules, redo challenge 1 with some rules in mind. So you don't have to start out circle, circle, circle. You can start out however you want. Just make sure there's some type of pattern, and then talk about how your rules and then your pattern went. Okay, how did you do it? So discuss that in 3 or 4 sentences, how you did that. And then challenge 3 down here is you're going to use the rules and do 4 shapes or 4 place values. And then here's some examples. This person really didn't have much of a pattern going, but you guys need to do either use the same rules you did for the first challenge, using 4 shapes. So you guys are going to create those shapes down here. Once you get those done, you guys have one more thing to do. What you're going to do is go to code.org, and on lesson, let me go back real fast. Lesson Unit 1, Lesson 3, Circle Square Patterns. Click on number 2, the check for understanding. And it's going to ask you, how would you explain a number system to someone who had never seen numbers before? Basically, I want you guys to just talk or write about how someone who had never seen a number system before, how you could convey the same numbers to them and what that would look like. Okay, so once you get that done, you've submitted it to the Google Classroom, then you'll be good to go.